I wanted to take the time today to talk about one of the invisible traits that I see all super achievers have. They have the ability to take immediate, massive action. Oftentimes, timing matters in business. It's not always the perfect plan, it's when. And almost always now is better than later. One of my superpowers, I can candidly tell you, is my ability to take immediate, massive action when an idea hits me. I don't wait for the perfect moment. Usually the perfect moment is now. The right time to tell somebody that you love them when you feel it is right now. The right time to make that contact, right now. The right time to fix that issue with your friend where it just doesn't feel right or there's some strife, right now. The challenge with your spouse, walk in. Can we fix this right now, please? So I want to challenge you today. That call you need to make it now. That email you need to send it now. That chapter you need to write, that copy, that funnel, do it now. I love knocking things off the list because that creates momentum. And the more you do this, ironically, you will develop confidence in yourself to be able to attack things in the moment. If you wait and delay on things, it's impossible to get into that rhythm. It's almost like a river that should constantly be flowing and running instead of stagnant water. Stagnant water starts to get murky. It starts to smell. It can actually form fungus and mold. And a lot of people's lives, in some strange way, are kind of like still water. It's not healthy, but a stream that's running all the time is beautiful. And that stream, just by its pure force of running all the time in the now, creates beautiful things around it and actually opens up the flow of other things in their life because it's constantly flowing in the now. That once it's gone, is gone forever. Take advantage of the present moment, not just being focused in the present, but acting in the present. The most powerful time to do almost anything in your life, right now. So hey guys, are you frustrated with where you're at right now? Maybe stunted in your progress? Well, if you are, I want to recommend a place for you to go called Growth Day. growthday.com/ed. It is the #1 personal development app on the planet. It's got all kinds of high performance techniques in there, courses, accountability, journaling, live speeches from some of the top influencers in the world, including me. It's an overall environment to change your life. growthday.com/ed. Hey guys, I'm so excited to tell you this right now. Here's the deal. There's a chance now for you to be on this show with me, and I'm going to do it every single month. Let me tell you how you qualify to get on the show. Every single day on my social media, I run something called the 2-minute drill. So if that's Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, if you follow me on those platforms, when I make a post within the first 2 minutes, so have your notifications turned on. If you just make a comment on my post, every day we take everybody who's made a comment and we pick a winner every single day. And that person is going to have an opportunity to be on this show with me and get coached. So if you're interested, follow me on social media. When I make a post, make a comment, and eventually, hopefully you can get selected to win. We're picking somebody every single day, and I'll have those folks on the program. If you want to get a text reminder about my post or this program, 714-916-9144. You can text me at that number and you'll get daily reminders. I would love to have you on this show. Follow me on social media and engage in the 2-minute drill. Max out. Hey, it's Ed Mylett, and I wanted to take the time today to talk about one of the invisible traits that I see all super achievers have. And so let me first start by saying I'm a big believer in planning and strategy. I think somebody with a great plan has a better chance of winning than somebody who doesn't have a game plan or a focus and who hasn't begin with the end in mind, from Think and Grow Rich. I believe in all of that. Having said that, one of the invisible things that I see with the top athletes I coach, entertainers, hopefully myself, business people for sure, is this. They have the ability to take immediate, massive action. And the people that I see that are behind them hesitate, they flinch, they think they need to plan a little bit more, strategize a little bit more. They procrastinate, they get around to doing something. One of the muscles I built, anybody on my team will tell you, is I'm like, well, let's just do it now. Let's do it right now. There's a power to now. And I think a lot of people don't understand the vibrational frequency of now. Oftentimes, a really great plan that's delayed in its execution, that vibrates at a lower frequency than someone says, let's do it right now. Let's attack it right now. Let's get after it right now. So I want you to write this down this morning. The power of now, the power of taking immediate, massive action. Oftentimes, timing matters in business. Rhythm matters in business. It's not always the perfect plan. It's when. And almost always now is better than later. And it's a sign, it's a trait that I see in mega achievers. For example, if there's a phone call that you need to make it now. If there's a contact that needs to be done, make it now. If there's an email that needs to be written, do it now. Don't delay. Don't wait. There's a moment of inspiration that happens too when an idea affects you and hits you to take action on it immediately. You ever have maybe a thought of a speech or a text you want to write or a business concept or a way you'd phrase something differently or just an overall thing you should be doing hits you in a moment? And then you go, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to write this down. And you write it down, the idea, exactly as you felt it. And then you revisit it, 3 days later or 2 days later or 6 hours later. Doesn't it vibrate at a lower frequency? Isn't it less impactful even to you when you read it as opposed to when you had it in the moment? There's something about the moment that vibrates at a high frequency that is more powerful than later. And oftentimes we wait and delay and write it down and it loses its power. There was a power in the moment. Remember when I met Wayne Dyer, he told me, Ed, do you ever wake up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning with a powerful idea, just something that hits you like an inspiration? And, we've all had that happen. And I said, I do. And he goes, what do you normally do? I said, well, usually I go, I'm going to try to remember and I'm going back to sleep. He goes, don't do that. That's the divine awakening you. Write it down. Take action on it. I go, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. He goes, yes, I keep a notepad next to my bed. And I write these ideas down immediately. And if I can take action on them, I'll do it at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. If it's call so-and-so, text so-and-so, write this. And he goes, I'll get up and do it. If it's a chapter in my book, I will get up and write the chapter because there's a power and a vibrational frequency in the moment. That's not just true with content or writing or creating. I've found it's true with almost everything in life. One of my superpowers, I can candidly tell you, is my ability to take immediate massive action when an idea hits me. I don't wait for the perfect moment. Usually the perfect moment is now. The right time to tell somebody that you love them when you feel it is right now, The right time to make that contact, right now. The right time to fix that issue with your friend that you're going through right now where it just doesn't feel right or there's some strife, right now. The challenge with your spouse, walk in. Can we fix this right now, please? Now, I know there are some things that are better in life sitting for a while and diminishing, even if it's like a disagreement. But those things are more rare than they are common. The vast majority of things are better when we take immediate, massive action. So I want to challenge you today. That call you need to make it now. That email you need to send it now. That chapter you need to write, that copy, that funnel, do it now. You can always adjust and course correct it later and improve upon it. But if you can get it done now, you can come back later when you were gonna do it and tweak it a little bit with some perspective. But there's nothing like the moment. There's nothing like calling the shot in the moment. And I have to tell you something. This is a common trait. Why? Because these people have more confidence. The reason you're delaying writing that email, doing the chapter, making the contact, fixing the problem, sending out the blog post, is you're afraid. And you think if you wait longer, you'll be less afraid. If you get a little bit more preparation, you'll be more ready. The truth is that's almost never the case. There are some situations where that's true. But by and large, most of the time, people will tell me, hey, so-and-so called with this. I go, get them on the phone right now. Right? Get them on the phone right now. Let's do it right now. If just right now, this what I'm doing. I needed to make some content for the week. My team's like, are you available at 12:30? But when I go, hey, I'm available right now. And it was my team who said, we got to wait a half hour. Well, I'm like, let's go. I love knocking things off the list because that creates momentum. Why? I have confidence. And the more you do this, ironically, you will develop confidence in yourself to be able to attack things in the moment. Sometimes I say annihilate the problem, fix something in the moment. What you think is you need more information. Successful people are good planners, but let me tell you what they have. They have a lower threshold of what they think to know or how prepared they think they need to be in order to take action. And people that don't win quite at a high level, as high as they could, have a higher threshold requirement in their mind, and it's a fallacy, of how much preparation and what they need. Now, by the way, you all watch my podcast. I'm a freak about preparation for my podcast. I prepare and I prepare and I prepare. Having said that, at some point, I got to shoot the podcast. At some point, I'll give you an example. I was booking guests yesterday. I'm like, you know what I should do? I should contact Deion Sanders and see if he wants to be on the show. You know what I should probably do? I should probably reach out to Roger Goodell from the NFL and see if he wants to be on the show. And then I went, well, what's going to be different tomorrow or in 3 hours? How about I just do it right now? And so I did. And not only did I do it in that moment, but now, once that's gone, I can do more things in this moment that I was going to be waiting around to do the other thing. Does that make sense? So this is an efficiency. This is a rhythm. What I've found is almost more than anything, there's a rhythm to success. There's a rhythm. And when someone gets in that mode of they've got momentum, they got their mojo going, you've all had it. There's a rhythm and a cadence that gets them going. And if you wait and delay on things, it's impossible to get into that rhythm. But now, all of a sudden, you're in that rhythm of success where you're in flow because you're constantly moving. It's almost like a river that should constantly be flowing and running instead of stagnant water. Stagnant water starts to get murky. It starts to smell. It can actually form fungus and mold. And a lot of people's lives, in some strange way, are kind of like still water. It's not healthy, gathers all this stuff. But a stream that's running all the time is beautiful. And that stream, just by its pure force of running all the time in the now, creates beautiful things around it and actually opens up the flow of other things in their life because it's constantly flowing in the now. There's a power to now. There's a power to this moment that once it's gone, is gone forever. So what I'm saying to you today is take advantage of the present moment, not just being focused in the present, but acting in the present. It's one thing to be, I'm present with you. It's another thing to take an action in the moment. The most powerful time to do almost anything in your life right now. So I want to challenge you to do that today. It's a huge success principle of mega achievers and, quite frankly, happy people as well. All right. God bless you. Max out.